guys, it's Bibi from Back to the Basics by Bibi, back to the BBB. I'm here with another episode with my friend Gabe. Gabe is the star of his show called G-Spot Cooking Show on Facebook live stream. He does live streams at least once a week, and we're going to get a lot into that on his schedule and what he's doing. So G, how you doing?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful. It's football Sunday. I get to talk to everybody. I get to cook. What's better than that? And hopefully the people that I cook for will be like, oh, wow, this is great. I can't wait to come back. It's my brother and his wife. They're coming back. So,
okay. All right. So you're feeding family.
That's
always a good thing.
Always.
All right. So my question is, so what inspired you to do the show?
Honestly, it's life's kind of crazy the way things happen. Obviously 2020, you know what I mean? And I was like, you know, I might as well, I always cooked, but not to the extent of the G-Spot Cooking Show. But like, I was like, you know what? I'm having fun cooking, always joking around. It started out years ago, honestly, when I was trying to quit smoking cigarettes. I was doing blogs about it. And then I didn't quit smoking cigarettes until this year. So 2020 has kind of been a good year for me personally, which is kind of weird to say. But I've always been the outgoing person, you know, just having a good time. And then obviously with the lack of people and the communication that we're having today, face to face, I wanted to put something together to make people feel like they're in the kitchen with me and we're just hanging around, having a great time while I cook them some food. And if they like what they see, or see if my parents really enjoy the food, which so far I'm 10 out of 10, they could go home, they can get the recipes because I have no problem sharing it. All of them are written down. And it's honestly a blessing in disguise to see that people are really gravitating towards this show, which it's fun. Everyone's like, other people are like, oh, your fans, your followers. I was like, they're my family, you know, they're my, even if I've never.
Especially the ones that first start off with you.
Exactly. I have those guys.
They like the ride or die.
Yep. Oh.
So, I mean, that's inspiring because like you said, you started in one direction when you initially started doing this. It was more for health. And from there, it transcended to now a show that you like doing. And I guess my question is, all right, I mentioned we were talking about this before. On your show, it's you, which is fantastic, but you also have a pint-sized co-host. So tell me a little bit about Tatiana and how did that transcend into your show?
Well, it's not just Tatiana. It's the one and only T-A-T-I, Tati
Okay.
Tatiana. As you know, I'm
T-A-T-I. Okay.
Yeah. Because I'm G with the two E's. She wanted to play on words, and I kind of just, let's do this. And she, unbeknownst to me, was talking to my cousin. I call her my niece. That's how close we all are in the family. I was talking to my cousin, and she was telling me that all she watches is baking videos on YouTube because these kids understand electronics better than us adults. And I was like, that's great. Maybe I could use her because I'm not a good baker. That's my weakness. And she was very happy. We made peanut butter cookies that were like real fat and big. And she really, really enjoyed it, maybe because she wanted to try the chocolate chip and peanut butter. Right. But she told me, I want to blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, no problem. That's cool. And a week later, I ordered her own pink chef hat and her apron that says Tatiana on it, or Tati. And I surprised her with it, and she was over the moon. She's 10 years old.
A lot of spunk. I love the dynamic. I think it's adorable. I think it makes it very friendly to watch.
Yeah, and she's quite the character. And as you can see on the hat, it says the G-Spot, but Casa de Gabriel, which is Gabriel's house. And Casa de Gabriel is separate from the G-Spot in the sense it's a food blog on my personal page. So if I go to the grocery store, I'm a character as it is. If I bring Tatiana with me, we're like Abbott and Costello. It's ridiculous how it's like she's not afraid to get in front of the camera. And this definitely gets it from her mother. And she's quite the character doing these TikTok dances before they gets taken away. And just really, hey, let's go to ShopRite. Let's go to Hannaford. Let's go to, so, okay, when we going next? And let her push the cart and navigate me. And we're quite the duo, which is a blessing because nothing is better than having family.
That's awesome. Well, we're here to show people the basics on how to, and we picked something that was hopefully very simple for people. You know, tell us what you're cooking, what you're putting together today.
Okay, so what I'm putting together is, a special type of BLT. It is called the Everything BLT because who doesn't want everything? Who doesn't like everything? And if you don't like everything, I understand. But you could always adjust it to your own personal taste. So it's very simple. All you really need is lettuce, tomato, and bacon, and obviously some bread. If you don't eat bread with carbs, you could actually do a lettuce wrap of some sort. It's great. It's a great meal. So now, before you guys joined in, and before I joined in with you guys, I separated my bacon already, and it's very interesting on how to do this. All you really need is everything bagel seasoning, and surprisingly, some ketchup. Now, the ketchup is great because all you need to do is get a pastry brush here, dip it, lightly brush the ketchup on the bacon, and we're going to do that right now. So
you're doing it before you're cooking it?
Yes, we're doing this because it's going to actually have the everything bagel seasoning not fall off the bacon. You know what I mean? And just want to let you guys know I did wash my hands before we got on air. So that is a key thing. Always wash your hands, even if we're going with the COVID situation or if we are not. Because why not? You know what I mean? Why not? Of course you have to. Especially if you're dealing with chicken in the kitchen. If you're dealing with chicken in the kitchen, that is very could be very dangerous to your health. And you don't want to get, you don't want to get any of the other stuff contaminated, especially your instruments in the kitchen, whether it's a brush, a knife, or your main instrument that you use in the kitchen, your hands. So it's nice and easy. It's you can see I can move the camera so you guys can see.
I'm going to expand the view so that way people can see the speaker view.
All right, great. So can you hear me okay? I hope you guys can hear me perfectly fine. I'm a loud individual, so we always have fun here on the show because of the stupid antics that I do. Might be stupid to others, but it's just me being me. So I have the Everything Bagel seasoning here. You can get it at your local grocery store, wherever it goes. If you like Everything Bagel, it's even better. I had one earlier today. Who knows, I'm eating a BLT. So you just sprinkle it on. Depending on how much you want. Obviously, you know what's in Everything Bagels. You know what I mean? You got onion, you got garlic, poppy seed, sesame seed, and maybe there's other stuff. I don't know. Those are the ones that I know. Now, there is a very key thing about this show, which is pretty funny, that everybody finds it hilarious, but everybody understands that I humbly say I'm a good cook. I humbly say that I am a great cook. Now, my parents, well, my mother especially, she's the pickiest one. My father's picky as well in certain things. My father's a big steak guy. And you could actually find an episode on the G-Spot Cooking page, the G-Spot Cooking show, excuse me. I should know my own stuff, right? I made a coffee rub a spicy coffee rub for a New York strip steak, which was wonderful. And the joke was with the guys in the show, my friends, that I like to call them because we are all friends in one way or another, whether I've met you in real life or, in digital life. So my father hates Starbucks coffee, hates it. So I went to Cameron. Don't tell my father I'm using Starbucks coffee today. And the main thing is, he didn't know. He didn't know. And then when I said it again, he walked in, the cat was out the bag. But I told him these steaks were expensive, you got to eat it. He knows because he bought it. So what's also great about, me taking, more of a prominent role in the kitchen is my mother's very happy. Obviously, a lot of people know why. She ain't got to cook. And she's been the best because sometimes I do make a mess in this kitchen. Sometimes it's 99.9%. So she actually helps me clean up, which is wonderful. As you can see, this right here is now seasoned with the Everything Bagel seasoning. You can season it how much you want. Look, I see a little spot. I want that one there. So I'm going to put this in the oven real fast. My oven takes about 25 minutes. You can do it however crispy you want your bacon. You know what I mean? When you have it on your sandwich, you want to bite into it. It's wonderful. You like a nice crisp to it. Or if you like more of like a diner style bacon, you can always cook it less. So I'm going to put this in. I'll be right back with you guys. Just 1 second. And we are going to set the timer to 25 minutes as before. Now, I totally forgot to tell you guys because I always get overwhelmed with myself on this show. You put your oven at 350 degrees. So I always forget that, and it's okay. So now, being that's going to take 25 minutes,
Yes.
we're going to fast forward.
That's good. We're fast forwarding it.
Because I have some of the cooked bacon right here.
Awesome.
Going to look like right now. And the key thing is that I always forget is to spray the pan, the tray, whatever you want to call it, with Pam so the bacon doesn't stick. Pam is the only woman that cooks with me in the kitchen. I love Pam. You guys probably have cooked with her too. She's never letting anything stick to the pans. So as you can see, this is the bacon right here. It's not floppy, you know what I mean? It's actually nice and crispy. Oh man, I forgot. My dad's gonna be upset with me. He told me to leave one bacon without everything seasoning. I forgot. So it's okay. So I have these tomatoes from our garden, which is wonderful. It's always nice to have your own garden. And what's great when it comes to the tomatoes, usually people be like, oh, I'm gonna use this knife right here. Nah, I'm gonna use this knife right here. Nah, I wanna use this knife right here, which is the same as the other one. But the best thing to cut with a tomato, if you want a nice thick slice, is serrated edge when it comes to this. You could actually see when it comes to this, there's not going to be any juice anywhere. It cuts nice and smooth, which is great. I don't want to make it too thick because it's going to be a lot of little pieces because I don't have a beefsteak tomato, which is actually a very good tomato to use. Be very careful in the kitchen. You don't want to cut yourself, especially with these sharp knives. And I usually, I'm okay. I haven't really cut myself when it comes to that. Haven't really. I mean, I have once, but it is what it is, right? So usually when I'm cooking, I have to have some type of music in the background to kind of set an ambiance and all that. Facebook sometimes does not like me, especially if I do put a disclaimer, and it won't let me play Justin Timberlake. It won't let me, Take Back the Night or any of that stuff. So I usually go on YouTube and I just find, a nice mix of uncopyrighted music. So I can really just enjoy like a chill hop, which is like a jazz hip hop blend. So it's nice and relaxing when you're cooking. I'm usually singing, dancing, a freestyle and all that stuff. But as you can see, these tomatoes are nice and cut perfectly, which is wonderful. And they didn't really make a mess on the cutting board here. So it's good. Let me just check the fills right. Oh yeah. Man, everything's working out. I'm good. That's a good thing. You guys are, it's a rarity. So, usually I use iceberg lettuce, but see the way my bank account's set up, I have this. So I have romaine lettuce. And let's have some fun with this. We're just gonna put a little slices and all that stuff. It's nice to have a garbage bowl as well. Make it nice and easy. So usually with the iceberg lettuce, you get a nice crunch to it and all that. So that's why I didn't cut too much of the leaves up. Looks like I'm gonna be making a salad later. So you have all this right here, which is wonderful. Everything was washed and ready to go. So I'm gonna put this here. Now this is where we get to have some fun. I'm missing something. I remember.
The bread.
Not just the bread.
And the mayo.
It's a nice special blend. I know a lot of people do not like mayonnaise. I think they're crazy, but it's okay. There's people who don't like mayonnaise. There's people who don't like, what do you call it? Milk. Come on, I love it. But it's all right because I'm a weird guy. So I'm going to have some mayonnaise here. This is what we're going to use for the bread. See, that's why I have the dogs outside. So you can put as much mayonnaise as you want. I have my father, my mother, my brother, and my sister-in-law here. So if they want more, they can get more later. Okay, mayonnaise is good. It's not just mayonnaise. We're going to put some Dijon mustard in this mayonnaise, which is going to give it a little bit of a bite. But getting back to what I was talking about, which makes me different than, well, I guess every, cook or chef that you've ever dealt with, is 15 years ago. 15 years ago, you can put as much as you want of this, by the way. 15 years ago, I got into a car accident. A lot of bad stuff happened. Face broken, legs broken, scars everywhere, which I love. They're all signs of survival. But the main thing is I lost my sense of smell and taste. I'm the tasteless chef. That's a big thing.
You're relying on everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, they got no choice. But I'm saying the thing with that is the sense of smell is your best form of memory. So, like say when apple pie is being cooked and you just smell it, you could feel what it tastes like because you've had it before. A lot of the stuff that I've cooked, I've had before, but not only that, I remember how much salt you put on something because it could get too salty. If I eat a saltine, I know it could be salty. I know how much sugar, whether I drink black coffee or just 1 or 2 sugars, I know how sweet it can get. And that's what translates into the kitchen. There's certain things. I know how much, I call it Kanye pepper. It's a family funny thing. Starts with a C. It's hot.
Cayenne pepper?
Yeah, I call it Kanye pepper because no relation to Kanye whatsoever. My uncle, came back from Texas. He's like, yeah, Jeff puts all this Kanye pepper on his thing. I'm like, that was Kanye pepper. He's like this. It's like, oh, and almost 10 years later, everyone calls it Kanye. So let me grab this bread.
Steal that.
It's Kanye pepper. It's all good. Now, I use country white bread because it's thick. You know what I mean? It's nicely toasted, which is, I'm actually very proud of that. I burned my bagel this morning. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the lettuce first. It's nice and simple. But before we add the lettuce, as you can see, I'm kind of all over the place. But that's how it is on the G-Spot. If I make mistakes, guess what? You guys learn the mistakes. We fix them here on the show, and you won't be making them at home unless you really want to do exactly what I do. So, excuse me. I'm going to have the knife, going to get that Dijon mayonnaise, which is going to be amazing. This is going to be for me. So I'm going to put as much as I want. I like mayonnaise a lot. A lot of people will be like, ugh, and I'll be like, it's okay. You're not eating my sandwich. It's just me, So I'm very excited, actually. This is the first time that I actually get to eat first after I cook something. So
I feel your pain. I feel your pain.
You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. So, it's a very simple recipe. I've done a lot of complicated recipes where I would get, a little anxious. And, my friends that watch the show, I call them my friends. I don't call them my followers or my fans because I'd rather cook with friends that are in the kitchen with me instead of having some stranger. So you could always bring it in half, put it there. Let's get another little one right there. Crack it in half, put it there. Nice and simple. Oh, that one didn't want to crack. Nice and simple, as you can see there. We're going to grab a couple tomatoes and put it there. That's fine. And then this is the fun part, is where you get some bacon. I like to cut them in half here. Put it there. And I'm going to put 2 pieces because I'm a hog and I love bacon. I'm going to cross them like that because it is what it is. And the fun part is presentation is the biggest thing when it comes to this show. presentation is the biggest thing, because when you're in a restaurant, if you just see this just everywhere in the plate, cut in half, pieces here, bacon over here, well, like that, you really want to eat that? Would you be like, oh, I can't wait to eat this? Or if you see something like this, which is very simple, don't get me wrong, it's a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich, and you're like, you know what, I'll eat that. Or like Chinese food. If everything is organized, you know, when you get it on takeout, okay, you got your boneless spare ribs here, your rice here. Now, what if it was just all mixed up like you usually do after all that? You want to eat that? Because it looks like somebody ate it already. You know what I mean? So I like to have fun making things look great, because I don't know, it's just fun to me. So I'm gonna cut it with the serrated knife right here. Everything's working much better than the show today. So I like to do something stupid like, oh, see, can't do that one. So I'm going to have it like this. And then this is my idiot thing I like to do. I like to walk to my spice cabinet. Where are you? There you go. And it's weird how all this works out, is when I come over here, I just, you know, like just throw some random parsley, you know, the American Italian thing. So this is what it simply is. It's just a quick sandwich you can eat. Now, depending on what you want to put in your bacon, you can put anything on there. You can put salt, you can put pepper, you can put the cayenne pepper. You can do whatever you want, because it's your sandwich. I like this because we like everything seasoning. We like everything bagels. Why not? And it's great to have fresh vegetables from the garden. I have a lot of sweet peppers and tomatoes here that I have to use. Do I know what I'm going to do with it? Absolutely not. But it's okay, because that's the fun part of everything. Now, it's very simple. It's very, very simple. And if you forgot, my name's G. That's G with the 2 E's. Don't forget it. And this is the G spot, the GEESPOT, the COOKINGSHOW. You could like, you could follow, and you can share, because that's what love is all about.
That was awesome.
Not gonna lie.
You did it. You did it. It was awesome. I love it. My audience is gonna love it. Your audience is gonna love it too.
You know, that comes from, you know, being out there. You were doing your thing in the past. I was doing my thing in the past. And why not take advantage of really.
You have something else going on now. It's called growing up.
It is. It's about growing
and
up.
having fun.
It's what it really is. It really is. Like, there's no music, and I'm still having fun, because you know what? I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. And then when everything comes out, you know, like I just want to thank everybody that did, that have watched the video or watching the video right now. And, you know, and if you just see it, like there was a guy that, I'm an electrician, you know, there was a guy that came, dropped the part off, and he took my number down for a part at the shop. He said, "What's your name?" By habit, I said, G with the 2 E's. Then he looked at me. He goes, "You do the G spot. I saw you making dog." so like, that was cool, because he found it, and I was like, "Oh, dude, that's awesome." I was like, well, you know, you can like, share, and follow, and then you can see more recipes. And I mean, I'm not joking. Like, I have recipes written down. I made these apple cider donuts 2 weeks ago.
I saw photos.
Great. They were great, and they're very, very easy. Look, here's the ingredients right there. That's all you need to see. Then here's the ingredients for the toppings that you put on the donut. Here's the instructions on everything to do right there. And that's what's fun about, and more. And that's what's fun about it, because I want to share everything that I do with all of you, because food's delicious. Why would you not want to, you know, why would you not want to be, whether if you cook or not, you know, if your husband cooks, wife cooks, hey, I saw this before. Why don't you check this out? Look at this recipe. It looks good. You know, let's try it out.
I think it's awesome. I think the whole concept is great. I was watching some of the videos already. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed even those little quasi commercial things, you know, that you and Tati does.
Oh, wow.
I love it. I love it. I love the whole concept. I am so excited that you decided to be on this episode and co-host and show us how to do something simple as a BLT, but have fun with it with your own spin.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you for being on the show. Again, if you need to reach the G Spot, right? That's on
Yes.
Facebook Live. Explain a little bit about how they can find you and how they can watch the show.
Okay, well, you could first of all, my page is open for anybody. You know what I mean? If you do come on the page and you are being a little disrespectful with your words or just being very just you're too unfiltered and you talk about stuff that I have kids that watch this show. I will block you from the show. I will remove you from it because the people that are watching it don't need to see or hear that. I had an instance a while ago, but it's okay. He's no longer going to be there. He was just trying to troll. I'm like, it's not funny. You're making yourself look like an idiot. But we moved him out of the way, and we continued with the show. Just brush it off the shoulders and keep going. To find the show, you could follow my personal page, Gabriel Fernandez III. I believe it's me with a cigar in my mouth right now. That's my main picture. And if you follow the G Spot, I'm always tagging it here and there when it comes to the food that I use. And if I, do some thanks to all the people who are my new friends, you could always follow it. There's a link you could click on, like a tag on the page. The page is me and my niece. That's the main picture. And it's fun. Don't be surprised. She's already started an episode without me knowing. And don't be surprised if you see her doing that. If you do see her doing that, say hello to her. She loves, talking to people. Just say hello, say hi, give her compliments. She's a 10-year-old girl. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
So, part of a minute.
Thank you so much. Again, if you want to find out more information, visit on Facebook, look for the G Spot Cooking Show. This is Bibi from Back to the Basics by Bibi signing off. See you next time.
Dad, can you get me a drink?
Yeah, no problem. Here, I got something for you right here.
What is this?
It's ginger ale.
I've never tried it.
Really? You've never tried ginger ale? Give it a swig.
Brought to you by Streepies.
It's Schweppes.
Oh.
Bye, guys.